in case you didn't, here it is again. Inequalities are a way of comparing two quantities. Let's do an example. The inequality of x is greater than 6. That has way more than one solution, way more than one solution. It's true. Way more than one solution, way more than one solution. So what I'm saying is that x could be 7, or x could be 10, or x could be as big as 811. All those would work and they'd make the statement true. So we write an inequality to show you there's more than one solution. The options are endless, don't worry, we got this. 'Cause math is a really fun thing. Yeah! You might have guessed this based off that intro, but today we're going to be talking about inequalities. Okay, so we know an inequality compares two things, but these are the 4 symbols that we use to compare them. So we use the greater than symbol, the less than symbol, and then there's this symbol that looks like a mix between 2 symbols, and that's because it is greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So the greater than or equal to is the greater than symbol with the equal to symbol underneath. It's like the 2 symbols are smushed together. And same thing with less than or equal to. So today we're going to talk about all these different keywords to help us determine what symbol we're going to use to compare the quantities. We're going to start with ones that you guys are probably more familiar with. Let's start with greater than. At the top I have the inequality 6 is greater than 5. That's how I would say that inequality. So the first keyword for greater than is greater than. 6 is greater than 5. We agree. Let's talk about some other words that are the same as greater than. So the first word we're going to talk about is bigger than. Couldn't I say that 6 is bigger than 5? Right. So that means that bigger than is a keyword for greater than. I could replace the word greater than with bigger than and it would make sense. 6 is bigger than 5. The next word is more than. I could say 6 is more than 5. That's right. So more than is another word. Above is another one. 6 is above 5. Yeah, okay, doing good. 6 is larger than 5. Also true, larger than 5. Another one would be 6 is higher than 5. 6 is higher than 5. That's true, we're on a roll. And the last one that we're going to mention and write down in our math notebooks is 6 exceeds 5. Exceeds means like going beyond. So 6 exceeds 5. All of those words, bigger than, more than, above, larger than, higher than, and exceeds, are all key words for greater than. Next up, we're going to talk about less than. So I'm using the inequality at the top. 4 is less than 5. True. So what could we replace less than with? What about fewer than? Could I say 4 is fewer than 5? Yeah. Could I say 4 is smaller than 5? Yeah. So fewer than, smaller than. Could I say 4 is below 5? Yeah. 4 is below 5. And then 4 is under 5. That's all true. So 4 is less than 5. Some vocabulary words that we can replace less than with is fewer than, smaller than, below, and under. I just have to say, I feel like I'm really relating to Dora the Explorer right now because I feel like Dora, where I'm like, great job, you did it, yeah! I didn't sign up to be Dora, okay, but this is where we're at. This is our life right now. Back to math. So, next, we're going to talk about greater than or equal to. That means that our solution should be greater than or equal to the other number. So is 6 greater than or equal to 5? Yeah. Is 5 greater than or equal to 5? Yes. So that's the difference between greater than or equal to. So the inequality at the top, once again, is 6 is greater than or equal to 5. So let's talk about some keywords for this. We could use the word at least. 6 is at least 5. Yeah. 6 is has a minimum of 5. Yeah, if the minimum is 5, 6 still works for that. 6 is no less than 5. If I have $6, I have no less than $5, so we're good. No less than is a keyword for greater than or equal to. And then the last one that I want to mention is at or above. 6 is at or above 5. Not just above, at or above. Those extra words are what gets us the greater than or equal to, which is different. I probably should mention that with greater than or equal to and less than or equal to, it's not as easy to just replace the word and have it sound right. Sometimes it's better to think of real world situations where that word is used and go from there. Let's talk about less than or equal to. My inequality at the top is 4 is less than or equal to 5. We agree. 5, I could also use 5 here and say 5 is less than or equal to 5. That's the difference, that equal to part. The first word I want to talk about in this section is at most. If you can have at most 5 people, would it be okay to have 5 people? Yeah. Would it be okay to have 4 people? Yeah. So if it's at most 5, anything that's 5 or under would work. So at most. Another word would be maximum. If you can have a maximum of 5 people, you can have 5 people, but you could also have 4 people. Anything that's 5 or below would work for the word maximum. Another one is you can have no more than 5 people. No more than 5 people. You can have 5 people, you can have 4 people. So no more than is another keyword. And the last one is up to. You can play on this playground if you are up to 5 years old. That means that if you're 5 or under, you could play on the playground. So up to is another example. Remember when you are writing inequalities that you want the bigger section to go towards the bigger quantity. So if this number is bigger over here, the bigger section goes towards that number. If the bigger number is over here, the bigger part of the mouth goes towards the quantity that's bigger. The bigger the mouth, the bigger the number. Okay? So if I have the example, 7 is at or above a number. Let's say this is 7. 7 is at or above a number. Could my number, the unknown number, let's call it A, could A be above it? No, because 7 is at or above the number. It could be the same, which means it has an equal to part, but otherwise my number would have to be lower than it. So I would say 7 is greater than or equal to A. So the greater than, the bigger section needs to go towards the 7 because 7 is at or above a number. The next example that we have is K is less than 56. We are super familiar with less than, so I think you guys are going to be good here. K is less than 56. So we want to make sure that that smaller section is going towards the K because K is less than 56. Our last example is getting back to negative numbers. Oh no, negative numbers. You're okay. We've done negative numbers. Might have to refresh your brain a little bit, but negative numbers were back in Unit 4 with integers. So a number B is under negative 9. Is under negative 9. So if here's negative 9 and my number B is under that, it would have to be below that, which means that B is less than negative 9. B is less than negative 9 because under means below, which means less than. What I just did was I kind of talked myself through those examples. If you are stuck after you've tried talking yourself through it, another thing that I really like to do is I like to replace the unknown value with a number that's below it, a number that's equal to, and a number that's above it. So let's look at the example of 7 is at or above a number. instead of a number, let's actually put some numbers in there. So let's choose one that's bigger first. 7 is at or above 8. Is that true? 7 is at or above 8? No, because if here's 7 and here's 8, 7 is not above 8, but that's what it's saying it should be. So we know that 8 is not one of the solutions. 7 is at or above 7. Is that true? Yeah, so that's a possible option. The last one would be to pick a number that's below it. 7 is at or above 6. Is 7 at or above 6? Yeah, 7 is at or above 6. So we know that 7 and 6 are possible solutions. So if 7 and 6, if I could replace that A with 7 or 6, which direction would my symbol be going? It would need to go towards the 7 because 7 is bigger than 6. And then it would also need to have the equal to symbol because 7 is a solution. So sometimes replacing the unknown number with a number that's bigger, a number that's equal to, and a number that's below can help walk you through that situation if you are stuck. Let us know if you have questions. Thanks for watching. Bye!